Kia ora tātou, we're here with Beryl, my auntie Beryl, Fire Beryl, who's just finished the 30-day Te Reo Māori boot camp course. Kia ora, Beryl. Kia ora, auntie.
Sure, sure.
And yeah, we're here to have a quick kōrero with Fire Beryl about her experience, how she went through the course, and yeah, get her perspective on what it was like. So, auntie, I might start with, you know, before joining the course, what was your world like? What was your sort of relationship like with Te Reo Māori, with Te Ao Māori, all that sort of stuff?
Okay, well, I was brought up at the marae. I was always at the marae. I was at the kohanga reo, as soon as I had my first, my son, I started going to the kohanga and I was picking up little patterns, and so I was around it all the time. But unfortunately, my mum and dad, they passed away. Like, I was 27 when my mum died, and 20, oh no, would have been 33 when my dad died. So by then my boy was 3 years old, and I was sort of just about through my teaching degree, and I needed my dad, but he passed away just the year I graduated, and I missed him. I needed to have that reo in the house, but there was nothing. So I had to just keep going to the marae, and I had to try and pick up as much as I could. I sat in the pai, behind the kaumātua, and I went to every wānanga, and I studied those waiata, the waiata karaua. I learned those words. We'd write them down and we type them up and onto real, like, size 8 font, make them really little, so that when we were singing at like, if it was a tangi, whatever, we'd have that little piece of paper at the back of the person in front of us. And so I was exposed to quite a bit. But I think I might have let myself get carried away, because I didn't, I didn't learn the reo. A lot of the time too, we were in the back. We were stuck in the kitchen. We were setting up tables. We were, doing the cooking, peeling spuds, get sent up to the bush to go and get puha or watercress, or, go to the beach, get wood. So I was stuck in that, because I'm a real physical person. I'm not that sit down and listen to all, the front person. I'm not a front person. I was always at the back, and but I was always at the marae, and I missed the bus on the reo. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you certainly did. You certainly did.
Oh,
It almost sounds like that sort of upbringing that a lot of people really romanticize about nowadays, because there are so many people that are disconnected from that way of life, whether that's that idea of urban Māori that have moved to urban centres, or have even moved across the sea to Australia, which and you're where are you now?
I'm in a little Aboriginal community on the Dampier Peninsula, 2 hours from Broome, Western Australia.
So you've moved to Australia, and you've pretty much moved to the furthest point in Australia that you could from Aotearoa.
Actually, I originally moved to Perth, and my job the doors just opened as soon as I got my qualifications accepted in WA. My job opportunities just opened up, and they put me on a plane and they sent me up to Broome and told me, this is a good opportunity, blah blah. And I just went with it, ran with it, taught all over the Pilbara, taught around the Kimberleys, went back to Perth City, taught in the city schools, and I did a little bit a school in the wheat belt. So yeah, I'm thankful for coming across to this to Australia, because I've seen quite a bit of WA.
Wow, what an opportunity.
Yeah,
Cool. I
yeah.
think we've got a bit of a picture of what your, I guess, your background is, and where you've come from coming into this course. When you first saw the course, were there any obstacles that came up that might have prevented you from joining?
Yeah, it's always money. Quite honestly, but this time round, I thought I'm ready. I'm gonna learn the reo. And because you know how we've all got our own personal budgets, and we always make sure our budgets are tended to. Well, for some reason, I had some money. And like I said, I don't know if you remember me telling you, I bought a hangi cake. So anyway, and I kept thinking, because I'm thinking about home all the time, and I just thought, this is it. I've got to do it. So I thought, I'm going to push, you know, the money aside, and I'm just going to do it. And plus, it was you. It was you, because I knew who you were. You've actually been to my mum and dad's house. You probably won't even remember, but you and your sister and your brother have actually been down home with your mum and dad. So I actually knew you before I knew about you long before I even started watching your videos.
Yeah. And when you had emailed me, I did not realize that you were my Auntie Beryl, not just, Beryl that's sending me an email. And I remember your email said, Aroha Mai Grant, it was either your course or the keg. And unfortunately, the keg won. And I think you emailed me about 2 days later and said, oh, we are not, I'm joining.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you got I'm glad you got both of them, the keg and the course.
Yeah.
So going through the course, the whole 30 days, which we've just finished Tuesday last week, a few days ago now. What was the main result for you that you got from it?
Just how you structured the sentences, it made more sense, because I actually made a triangle, because I've been to so many courses, during my time in so many workshops. I actually, I picked up an idea from the last course I went to, and it was a triangle, or sort of like that. And the pointy part was pointing to me, which was o, ko kwe, ko ia. So I started making up all these three, like, tēnei, tēnā, tērā. All these three lots of words, groups of words, I started to remember. I thought, that's right. What else did I have? I had made up all those, and it's like I've got it on Velcro, and I just practice it myself. Do you know what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking about, eh? These so many sentence structures with that, ene, ena, era, all that sort of thing. So I didn't get mixed up. But when I saw your structure, how you had names for everything, like verbs and whatever, all those they were all put into nice, tidy little boxes, and it all made sense, because that's how teachers think, you see. They're very structured and very organized. So that's how when I saw your sentence structures, I thought, oh, this is easy. I can do this, and I thought, man, and it's not only was it easy, it was so awesome that it just structured. Everything was organized in my head. I knew exactly what you were asking, and I knew exactly where I was going, what direction I was going, and that's what I liked. I like organization, and structure, and that's just what I'm used to. Sometimes I don't always make sense, but in my head I know what I'm doing, but maybe when I put it down on paper, it might look a little bit different. But I got the idea though.
Yeah. The word I like to use is compartmentalize. Like to compartmentalize all these things, and then if they're in order, then me personally, I can follow them really easy. It's kind of like throwing all the Lego pieces out on the ground. If I can put them in all the right spots, then that
Yeah.
just makes it put all the green ones together, put all the blue ones together, or the
Yeah.
yellow ones, or whatever. But that sort of structure definitely helps me personally, which is where I guess the genesis for how the structure of the course actually is laid out.
Yeah.
Is from that idea of being able to make it very segmented, and then also
Yeah.
being able to not start on new content every day. That idea that we're sort of building in layers. It was like, we learned something on day 5. Well, we're going to reuse that, on day 7 and day 12 and day 15, and then something we learn on day 9, we're going to pull that back in day 20 and 25. So it's kind of this constant stacking up of elements that we've been learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And what specific feature of the course did you enjoy most?
I loved the homework. Talking on video was a little bit of a challenge for me. Yeah, and I know I didn't do any of them. But I did want to do them. Yeah, but that's just not it's just I just can't find the word. I'm just like my generation, not all of us, but my generation were quite sheltered, because I can remember your nanny, Auntie Tepura, and my mum, they were really strict. So we weren't allowed to be around when the adults were around. So we had to make ourselves disappear, and that's how we were brought up. Children should be seen and not heard. So, but I'm trying to get over that. I'm trying to get, like in a school setting, I've got to do it. I've got to speak publicly, and I make myself do it, but man, I shudder. When I walk off the stage, I shudder and I think, oh my God, why did I say that? And it's the same when it comes to that video. So I sort of freaked out a bit on that. But I did like the Aupaki series. I love the Aupaki series, actually. But I mainly love the framework. The framework, just the setup of your homework. Just yeah, I loved it. Yeah, just how everything was set up.
Yeah, we kind of had we kind of have for those maybe watching at home, we have our lessons that we do each day, and then we have homework associated with the lessons, which is relatively minor and straightforward. But then we have a series of activities that we do every single day, which is based around reading, writing, listening, watching, and speaking. So you kind of get those 5, the opportunity to use those 5 mediums of language. And yeah, a lot of people say they really like watching Aupaki.
Yeah, those are really good.
Awesome. And okay, so sort of wrapping up, would you recommend this course to others that are considered taking it? And if so, why?
Definitely. Because I feel I've moved. Like every time I did the homework, right, I could see the pattern straight away, and I knew how to translate it. Because you had everything there. You had the English translation, so it didn't matter if you changed like some of the words, to fit in other words like hikoi, uma. All you had to do was change those words. So the pattern was just right there. You couldn't go wrong. You had the answers, and it was and because I hear, like, I got a lot of my whānau here and who love to kōrero, but sometimes it's all back to front, and I'm like, hey, are you sure you said that? I think you need to do this course to put you back on track again. That's what I would recommend, because everything is just like uniform. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. It's just so simple, and so I did have, like, I've got a cousin that I'm pretty close with in Perth, and her and we will have a lot of fun. So, and I thought, you're my number one victim. I'm gonna see if you will do this course.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you for the recommendation. We'll wrap it up there. But is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish? Any closing thoughts, remarks?
Oh, if the course is still available, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on.
Yes, it definitely
doing
is.
it. And the Aupaki series, because I lost my way. I think after episode maybe 7 or something, I didn't. But as soon as because I'm back at school now, everything, all our deadlines have just piled up. Yeah, so and we've got weekly deadlines, but I will find the time to, even doing my work. I usually play Aupaki while I'm doing my schoolwork, and and I'll just carry on. Yeah,
Awesome.
and is there another course that follows on after this one?
Oh no, just this one for now. Just
Oh,
this one. But I like to think that by the end of the course, you've kind of learnt how to learn in a way. Like you kind of realize what works. Like it's less about the content and more about the habits that you can build, which is why there's such a focus on trying to do the same repetitive thing over and over and over again every day. And some people get sick of it, but that's how you achieve your goals, is through your daily habits and what you do every day. And so you can go away and pick up just about any real book with lessons or things like that, and you can kind of just apply the same philosophy. Just pick a topic and work out what you need to do every single day to build habits around learning. So but at this stage, just the boot camp course. Cool. All right, well, kia ora, Auntie. I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you for sharing your whakaaro, your thoughts with all those watching at home. If you'd like to join the course coming up in the future, please reach out to me via Facebook, and would look forward to working with you. Kia ora, Auntie.
Kia ora, ka kite.